welcome to the second episode of Macabre Mondays. Now, last week we went to Port Gamble, Washington, and this week we are traveling down the road a bit and we're going to Port Townsend, Washington, which is just as old, just as beautiful, and I'm really excited because we are visiting one of my personal favorite buildings in the country because it has such a colored past and it's just a beautiful building and it's full of darkness and creepiness and awesome and I love it. And it's the Manresa Castle. So one of the things you have to remember about Manresa Castle is it's not a typical place. It wasn't like it was just some house. I mean, this place has changed hands many different times and gone through complete transformations in this, over 100-year span that it's existed. So originally it was built in 1892. It was built by Charles Eisenbeis, who, oh boy, going down that path already. Anyways, 1892 rolls around. Charles Eisenbeis built this beautiful 30-room brick majestic brilliance from bricks from his own brickworks, and he also happened to be Port Townsend's first mayor. So anyways, he's living there with his wife Kate Eisenbeis, feeling like kings and queens because they're living in a castle. Wouldn't you feel awesome? Because I would feel pretty awesome. So they're living up there. Then 1902 rolls around. Charles decides to kick the bucket. He dies. Kate chills around for a while until 1902, and she's like, no guys, okay, I'm going to remarry, I'm going to get out of this place. The place sits empty. It just sits sad and lonely by itself. And then, guys, they decide, I think some nuns would like a vacation home. So 1925, it becomes a freaking vacation home for nuns because that's pretty creepy. I have a personal fear of nuns and the whole outfit. I mean, let's just say if I see them on the street, I'm going to go running. Doesn't turn out to be as great of a plan as I thought. So 1927, the nuns are kicked out. Jesuits, priests move in. It becomes Manresa Hall. Oh my God. Malia, hello. Castle, Hall, Manresa. Yeah, that's where the name comes from. Manresa Castle, combination of the two things. But yeah, so the Jesuits are there for a while. Roman, they built a freaking extension out of stucco. So what do they got to do? They got to cover up the beautiful brick of the original building to make it match. So that's why you got the stucco on the outside of the building nowadays. Kind of sad. But they're chilling there for a while, a good long while, until 1968. And then it becomes a hotel. And that's when the reports start rolling in, folks. Okay, so when I went and visited Manresa again for the millionth time, I went to the guy who worked there, and I'm like, who actually looked like that guy from Two Broke Girls. So that's who I picture now when I picture the stories. I picture that one guy from Two Broke Girls. It wasn't him. But anyways, I was like, yo, guy, on the real, is the history here as colorful as people say? And he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, I knew it. So there's a confirmed, definite thing that happened. So when the Jesuit priests were there, one of them decided, today's the day to die, and they hung themselves in the attic above the tower suite. That is a definite truth. That definitely happened. I don't know his name. And I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be semi-related to the brothel we'll be talking about next week down in the town of Port Townsend. So stay tuned to find that one out. One of the things that isn't confirmed, but I've read a lot about, was apparently a woman jumped to her death from one of the second story's windows after she found out that her lover, who she'd been waiting for, had died. That was probably around, I don't know, sometime. The guy that worked the hotel, he was like, you know what, I lived in this town my entire life. I've never heard that story. I want to choose to believe that it's true because who doesn't love a good story of, romantic suicide after your lover's been lost at war? It's like when you see those Victorian homes, the widow's peaks on top. I just like to picture them standing up there just crying with some cool black parasol jumping to the unknown. Is that just me? So let's talk about the hauntings, guys. So definitely, obviously, the guy likes to hang up in the attic. People, hear footsteps. I don't know, maybe they hear the sound, the gentle sway of what would sound like a body swaying above your bed. Think about that next time you go to the tower suite and try to get randy with your partner. Happy honeymoon! Anyways, you have that. Also, reports that room 302, 304, and 306 apparently are the most haunted. There have been sightings of nuns in full garb. That'd be my own personal nightmare. I really couldn't handle that one. Feel a bit screwed up from that one, I'll tell you that. On top of that, the area that used to be, I believe, the chapel, when the Jesuits, or possibly the nuns, or it had to be the Jesuits because the nuns didn't have that because that was part of the extension. Anyway, that area, it's now an Eden area. People say glasses break. They hear people talking and walking. Apparently, it's a really, really, really active area of the hotel. But I'll tell you, for as creepy as the hotel is, it really has, and it's creepy. There's areas, the hallways are long and expanding and decorated in this beautiful old Victorian turn of the century decor that's just warm and yet cold with the stench of death, if you know what I mean. But it's a beautiful place, so you're like, oh my God, I want to have a cocktail here. But then you're also like, I don't want to be here by myself because it's a little scary, and I'm pretty sure somebody's following me right now. But I would definitely suggest if you ever find yourself in Port Townsend, Washington, going to go see it, because there's not a whole lot of land there. I'm sure there was more once upon a time, but now it's mainly parking. But there is a small garden area that's really beautiful. I really love hanging out down there and walking the halls. A lot of good memories are probably there, and some sad ones, just like any other place. But it's one of my personal favorite places ever, and I definitely suggest that you go there and check it out. Manresa Castle! If any of you guys have any suggestions on where you might like me to go and investigate or find more information out about, please subscribe first and foremost, and also write down in the comments or send me a message or find me somewhere and let me know some cool place you've heard of. I'm always looking for new places to go try out and go see. So please, please, please subscribe and comment below and share with like-minded creeps. All right, bye-bye.